Tesla just revealed their 2024 vehicle lineup, and surprisingly, it is packed with lots of huge changes and new features, like 10 big changes that you need to know about for all 2024 models, because this coming year is set to be, dare I say, Tesla's biggest and most exciting year ever. We're talking massive updates, design changes, and of course, some controversial feature removals as well, coming to every single model in the lineup. Model 3, Model Y, Model S, Model X, Cybertruck is getting released, and Tesla continues to do many things that owners are going to love and owners are going to, of course, hate. So let me break down the entire 2024 lineup, all the changes Tesla has coming to the Model 3 and Model Y, when new vehicles will be released, and of course, all the exciting features and changes Tesla's going to make that you're going to love. And of course, well, I'm just going to say it, some of you are going to absolutely hate. Also, huge thanks to Joa for sponsoring this video. More on them in a moment. So one of the unique things about Tesla is that they really don't do traditional model year updates. Yes, you can technically buy a 2022 Model 3 or a 2023 Model Y, but really there is not a big difference between model years. What Tesla is very well known for is just making random changes at random times. So vehicles can go 6 months without any sort of change, then Tesla can make a series of massive changes over a couple of weeks. You never really know when the best time is to buy because, well, Tesla's always making changes, some for the better and some for the worse. But while that is what Tesla has done for years and years, this year is different. 2024 is an exception to this unspoken rule because we know just for 2024 models, Tesla is making some major changes. And it's usually right around now, mid-November, where Tesla officially switches their manufacturing vehicle year over from one to the other. In this case, switching from 2023 over to 2024 right about now, if they haven't already done it by the time this video goes up. And while for some models, this might mean nothing for now, for others, it's likely going to indicate a huge change is coming, which is definitely the case for the first vehicle we've got to talk about, which of course is this all-new Model 3. And when it comes to the Model 3, you probably know all the big new features, but what I want to talk about here is the stuff that Tesla doesn't want you to know, the stuff that Tesla hasn't talked about, because I think that all of the stuff they're hiding is connected and is going to lead to some pretty significant and exciting changes over the next couple of weeks and couple of months. For starters here, multiple reports say that Tesla is actively developing a new performance Model 3 that will have all these new higher end features, but is also going to be a step above from the long range model. For years, Tesla hasn't really done anything to indicate a long range versus a performance, despite some performance changes under the hood and maybe a badge in the back, but that is going to change as the new performance Model 3 is going to be getting some upgrades in some pretty significant ways. Specifically, this Model 3 is set to be visually different with some new wheels on the outside, potentially a new ludicrous badge on the back of the vehicle, very similar to the plaid badge found on the higher end Model S and Model X, and also an upgraded interior with some new seats and some new materials, possibly a leather sort of front dashboard piece that leaked a couple of days ago. Speaking of leaks, a couple of days ago, we also got a leak of what appears to be a new plaid sports seat for a plaid version of the Model S or Model X, though there has been a lot of talk that this is also the seat, or a very similar seat, is what Tesla intends to put in this performance Model 3 as well. It'd have a more narrow shape, more aggressive bolstering, and also could include a plaid or ludicrous sort of badge built into the seat, so you knew without any sort of shred of doubt that you were in and going to be driving a higher-end performance Tesla. We're also learning that under the hood, this performance Model 3 may be more powerful than previous generations, potentially with one big change being the inclusion of at least one plaid motor in the Model 3, the first time a plaid motor has gone beyond Model S, Model X, and I believe there are some in Cybertruck, so definitely the first time they're coming down to the 3 or the Y. And the inclusion of that plaid motor could make this performance Model 3 way faster, breaking the 0 to 60 time to under 3 seconds, potentially putting it around that of the Model X plaid, which is around 2.5 seconds. It really depends how much Tesla wants to push this. If they want to sort of get up to the Model X plaid and that sort of performance, they definitely don't want to cannibalize sales of a Model S plaid. So probably somewhere between 2.5 to 3 seconds is, I think, where we're going to see a landing here of an insanely fast fast, powerful Model 3 ludicrous, or Model 3 performance. Now, with all these upgrades, it also seems like Tesla needs some extra time to actually finish this vehicle, which might be why this rollout was sort of delayed a bit, and would explain why we've got the Model 3 available internationally, but not available here in North America. And it seems likely that once the performance version is done, not only would they release that internationally, but also they would release all three at that time in North America, with current estimates being sometime in Q1 of 2024, so between January and March, which makes sense, as right now it's the end of the year. Tesla's trying to do as much as they can to liquidate their current Model 3 inventory here in the United States, so they definitely don't have an incentive to release this new model just yet, so they're going to push as much as they can to get rid of their current models and then likely release this thing sometime towards the beginning of next year. And while these new refresh Model 3s look absolutely amazing and are packed with great features, spoiler alert, you can honestly make your current Tesla better than it's ever been before if you've got the right accessories, and more importantly, if you know where to go to get the best accessories for your Tesla. And if you're looking for the go-to Tesla accessory maker that has everything you need to give your Tesla a huge upgrade on the inside and outside, you've got to check out Joa. Of course, they have got all the must-haves for your Tesla. They've got beautiful floor liners, center console organizers, they've got trays, they've got gaming accessories, they have everything you're going to need. But a couple of things here in particular I really love, like one of their latest additions to the lineup is a portable air compressor. This thing couldn't be easier to use. You just attach it to your tire, you set the PSI you want, and then you're off to the races. This thing is going to easily refill your tire for you, automatically going to stop when it's done. That's it. You put it back in the carrying case, you move on with your day. Literally couldn't be any simpler. And speaking of carrying case, this is another sort of nice thing here with Joa. It's this attention to detail. Like, I've seen other tire inflators, they exist on the market, but they're sort of thrown into a cardboard box. They're not built well. They're a little flimsy. Not only is the design here really nice, build quality is top notch, but it's the little things like this really nice carrying case that you can all store all the accessories with, and you put this in your frunk or your trunk and you sort of just have it there when you need it. It's the little stuff like that that I really appreciate. And when I say that Joa has amazing essentials for your Tesla, I mean it. They have got everything you need on their website, including some stuff you probably haven't seen before, like a special electric scooter perfectly made to fit in the frunk of your Tesla. They've got this amazing folding tray so you can more easily eat or work in your Tesla, get some stuff done, and some touch-up paint as well, because let's face it, accidents happen. I had a rogue charging cable that went astray in my garage that put this nice little shiner on my Model Y, but Joa's got a perfect solution for that. It's going to perfectly match your Tesla paint, easy to apply, and is going to make sure those little scuffs can easily go away on your baby. Simply put, Joa is your one-stop shop, your really only stop for amazing Tesla accessories. They're built really well, they've got amazing designs, and again, they're all built from a company that is passionate about Teslas. They are active in the community, they listen to customers, they're constantly iterating, releasing new products. I love Joa, I know you guys are gonna love them as well. So if you wanna learn more and check out all the amazing accessories that Joa has to offer today, hit the link down below or head to joa-life.com/Robert and use my special code Robert to get 5% off your order. Again, link is down below. Use that special code Robert to save 5% off some pretty incredible Tesla accessories. Hit the link right down below to learn more and check them out for yourself today. One of the other big new features Tesla set to add to the Model 3 and other vehicles in their lineup is a front bumper camera, because this would finally allow for a true 360-degree top-down bird's eye view to be available in your Tesla, which would be great and very convenient, but would also specifically be nice because the vision-only system that's been in place for about a year now isn't so hot. So having another camera to actually see what is in front of your car, especially when it's sort of pulling in your garage and parking spaces and stuff like that, would be very nice, because the vision system still needs a lot of work. Now, some well-known Tesla insiders overseas have done some digging, literally disassembling the front of the new Model 3 and finding not only is there no front bumper camera, but the port isn't there, suggesting that Tesla likely will not be able to easily add this after the fact, or even allow you to retrofit this as an option if you have one of these new Model 3s and you're taking delivery right now. And the reason this is so bizarre is that the front bumper camera looks to be a staple of all of Tesla's vehicles moving forward. For example, we know that the Cybertruck definitely has a front bumper camera. We've seen the leaked photos of it in the UI, and it seems like what Tesla's going to do is launch Cybertruck first, have that be the only vehicle with a front bumper camera, then bring it to other vehicles in the lineup after that. So what it seems like what Tesla is doing is, shipping the Model 3 right now as is, but likely they will be adding that front bumper camera later during one of those random periods when they decide to add it. There's no predicting when it's going to happen, probably just a matter of time, but just so you know, it's not going to be there right now, might not even be able to be retrofitted later on, but likely will be coming to the Model 3 probably when it launches in the US, because that'll be after the Cybertruck is officially unveiled on the road and somewhat available for the public to actually buy. And speaking of Cybertruck, that of course is going to be a big part of Tesla's plan for 2024, as deliveries are finally set to kick off on November 30th at Giga Texas with a big delivery event. Now, we still don't know final pricing, we don't know final specs, we don't know range. It seems likely that Tesla is going to deliver this mostly to employees, but maybe a select few from the general public. Though as of right now, all we know is that the Cybertruck delivery event is happening, but we don't know final specs, pricing, or even who is actually taking delivery of this truck in just a couple of weeks. What we do know right now is that Cybertruck is almost going to launch exactly like that original prototype with some minor corrections that have been fixed over the years. It's got this radical, bold design, it's hopefully got some crazy specs to match, and we've heard from those who have driven in it that it's a very premium experience, some even say more luxurious than something like a Model X Plaid, and has insane performance with what Elon is calling beast mode. Wraps also seem to be in the future for Cybertruck. We've heard from TeslaScope that Tesla is going to be launching their own official wrapping service, and since we've seen multiple Cybertruck wraps, including a recent one with this beautiful matte black option, looks like that will be a stock option from Tesla, or maybe a somewhat aftermarket option from Tesla. Looks like Tesla's going to offer this in one form or another sometime after the Cybertruck launches. Though again, we know it's a big part of 2024. That's when they're going to really ramp this up and start selling it to customers. We still don't have a lot of those final missing pieces. So hopefully we know more about that soon, as it's going to finally hit the road and be a big part of Tesla next year in 2024. Moving on from that, let's talk about Tesla's forgotten vehicles these days, which many would say are the Model S and Model X. So I don't know if that's a fair characterization, since after Tesla dropped the price of the Model S and particularly the Model X, they've seen some huge surge in pricing, from yours truly included in there, and especially with the base Model X being eligible for the $7,500 federal tax credit, they have been moving some units of this vehicle, and people are excited about it again because they lowered the price over the last 12 months by like $40,000 to $50,000. And ever since these models got their big refresh back in 2021, they've been very well received by customers. But as Tesla is really focusing now these days on the refresh for the Model 3 and what's going to come with the Model Y and Cybertruck, it seems like the Model S and Model X are going to go back in this pattern of being sort of on the back burner for Tesla, that they're going to probably get less substantial features and upgrades while the Model 3 and Model Y get more attention, which does make sense as Tesla ships way more of those vehicles than their more expensive Model S or Model X. Though don't fret, because one big update actually is coming soon to these vehicles, actually could be coming any day now. Two new features that we've heard about. One is going to be the interior RGB ambient lighting, similar to what we've got on the new Model 3. That's coming to the S and the X. And also a front bumper camera. Like I mentioned, front bumper camera is a big part of Tesla's plan for 2024. It's coming to all vehicles, and looks like in addition to Cybertruck, it'll first be coming to the Model S and Model X as a brand new feature. Like I mentioned, could be happening anytime now, any day. Likely when Tesla switches over to making 2024 vehicles, they're going to include that front bumper camera on those new high-end Teslas. Next up, let's talk about the Model Y, which is going to have a very interesting 2024. Actually, this might be the least exciting Tesla for the year, because it's the Tesla that not only is the most popular, but also is the one that's set to get the least amount of changes for the new year. That's because from what we've heard from a couple of different sources, Tesla is focusing heavily not only on sort of making these new Model 3s and sort of upgrading them and adding all these new features, but actually getting them rolled out internationally. So as we finally get the North American launch and we finally get the performance launch, looks like Tesla's going to focus on that and Cybertruck and not update the Model Y in any significant way until at the earliest, the end of 2024 or early 2025. So the Model Y is likely to go throughout the new year with basically no change, with a couple of small exceptions that might be happening. One change that we could see is the addition of a couple of new colors. We've seen recently that Tesla is testing some new color options for the Model Y, and if there was one vehicle that Tesla wanted to make sure people were excited about with some new colors, it would be Model Y, and that's currently the only Tesla besides Cybertruck being built at Giga Texas, which is probably the only Tesla that's going to receive these new colors. So that could be happening. Also over in China, we did see the Model Y get a slight refresh that added some RGB ambient lighting. We got black wheel covers on the outside, a new dashboard material. That may or may not come internationally. Sometimes Tesla does stuff just for the Chinese market. Sometimes they roll it out internationally. Sometimes it's a precursor of what's to come, though we have no concrete info on that as of right now. So little bit of an awkward situation. Model Y is going to be a little bit dated for the rest of this year and going into next year, and might not receive any substantial change. Though when it does get its change, codenamed Project Juniper, it's going to get all the new features. So it's going to get the upgraded design, it's going to get a performance version, ventilated seats, RGB ambient lighting, rear display. Going to be a really great update for a really great car, but likely won't be coming until 12 to 18 months from now. So a little bit awkward for the Model Y. Upgrades coming, but not going to be coming soon. Of course, Tesla has some other additions for 2024. I'm sure we'll see some updates to the software and full self-driving and some other goodies that come throughout the year. Maybe some news on the Model 2, the new low-cost $25,000 model. But as of right now, those are all the significant changes we know about for Model 3, Model Y, Model S, Model X, Cybertruck. The lineup is expanding, and it should be a really exciting year. A lot of big updates coming in just like a month or so from now. Like, we're almost at the end of the year, folks. 2024 is coming, and things are going to get really exciting real fast. So as always, I want to know your thoughts on the lineup. What are your thoughts on the changes for 2024? Are you going to buy a 2024 Tesla? Are you excited? Are you disappointed? Your thoughts on going stockless? Do you like that feature or not? Let me know down below. Also, I want to give a huge thanks to a couple of people in particular. Autel is a great partner on this channel. They've got an amazing maxi charger AC light available in a limited edition Christmas theme that gets you a really cool box, some cool stickers on the inside, and an amazing home charger, level 2. Great design, super sleek, smart app functionality that's going to be awesome to pair with your EV. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link to it down below. Also, my Tesla newsletter. It's free. We're going to be on issue number 3 coming up very soon. You can subscribe for free. It's Tesla News Weekly. Please subscribe to the newsletter. I'd appreciate it. Again, it's free. Link to that down below. And that would not at all be possible without our inaugural partner, our big sponsor, Drive Protected. They are an amazing company making the best PPF for your Tesla that you can actually install on your own time, at your own pace, in your own home, in your own garage or driveway. They make it super simple, super easy. They'll walk you through the whole process. Definitely be sure to check out Drive Protected at the link down below, and also use my coupon code Rosenfeld for 20% off. Thanks to Drive Protected. They're amazing, and also the newsletter would not be possible without them. So thank you so much to Drive Protected. If you made it this far to the end of the video, first off, take a breath. Sincerely, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. I read all the comments. Thank you. And also leave a comment down below to let me know that you made it this far and that you subscribe to the newsletter, and I'll be giving away some free Amazon money to you guys. I'm not going to message you on Telegram. I'm not going to try to say you win in a weird way with emojis. I'm going to be very straightforward about it, and it'll have my own official name, so don't fall for a scam. But let me know you made it this far in the video. Please let me know you subscribe to the newsletter, because I appreciate it, and I will be giving away some goodies very soon. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'm Robert Rosenfeld. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you all in the next one.